Congress returns to Washington this morning following a two-week vacation, and Missouri Republican Senator Roy Blunt joins us in studio. We welcome him. Good morning. I take it you're heading out to the airport a little later today?
A little later today. I'm going to do several things here this morning, then head to the airport. We'll have our first vote about 5:30 this afternoon, and I'll be back in plenty of time for that.
Fantastic. I wanted to touch on this Associated Press story this weekend. It said that lawmakers heading back to do what they do best, the bare minimum. Goes on to say approval of Keystone Pipeline, immigration minimum wage, restoring unemployment benefits, tax overhaul, stiffer gun penalties, all dead on arrival. I know there are two of those that I mentioned that you'd like to see passed, but what is on your wish list as far as a legislative wish list?
Well, you know, I think I'll just tell you the 3 years I've been in the Senate's been the most frustrating years of my working life because, as you said, there's not the desire and the willingness to get much done, and there's a lot of things that could be done. I was able this year to work with Senator Stabenow from Michigan. We got something passed called the Excellence in Mental Health Act, a demonstration project for 8 states to behavioral clinics and federally qualified clinics that wanted to treat mental health like any other health, and that's a big breakthrough for the federal government to begin, as we should throughout society, to treat that like every other health problem. But I think we'll get pretty quickly to a bill that I have on innovation and manufacturing, and
that is also
bipartisan effort.
Right.
And then we've got a significant move forward on infrastructure. You know, there are about 4 things that aren't that complicated. If the country would just head in that direction, really great things would happen. More American energy, be sure we've got the infrastructure to meet the opportunities of the next few years as world food needs double, and we're going to be a big part of that. And then what do we do to be sure that we're at the cutting edge on manufacturing? And by the way, with manufacturing, energy is critically important, because if people can rely on the utility bill and the delivery system, they're much more likely to create those manufacturing jobs right here and put our great workforce together with the opportunities that are out there. And none of these are hard to figure out, I don't think, but for whatever reason, the government for the last few years has been almost on a stalled mode, and we've got to kick it in the tires and get that going.
We've got midterm elections. I know that Claire McCaskill's out campaigning for Democrats. You're out campaigning for Republicans. The Republicans need 6 seats. Do you think that's going to happen? And if it does happen, how will that change your ability to pass legislation?
Well, I think there's a real likelihood that will happen. This is a time when there are a number of seats up, Democrats in the Senate in states that President Obama didn't carry, states where the president's not popular. The sixth year of a presidency is always tough for that president's party. If I had to guess, I would guess that the odds are about 6 out of 10 that Republicans will gain the 6 seats they need, and that will make a big change in the Senate, because only one person in the Senate gets to decide what's on the Senate floor. Only one person. The Senate doesn't have many rules, but one really big rule is the majority leader decides what we're going to have on the Senate floor, what we're going to talk about. That list of things you mentioned, a list of things I mentioned, again, a handful of the right decisions, and suddenly not only is the country doing well, but right where we live at the transportation intersection of America, lots of really good things could happen if we do our work.
Senator Blunt, thank you so much for coming in.
Good to be with you. We'd love to come by. Great spring day out there.
On his way to Washington, D.C., Randy.